Welcome back everybody. This is 𝐃𝐫𝐞𝐚𝐿 and in today's session I want to continue the same thing. Last time we were talking about the general round session questions, like how to switch your score from 5.5 to 7 or 7.5 in the speaking module. And in today's class, in today's session, I'm going to deal with the topic card round session particularly. Topic card round session is one of the most, let's say, challenging round for some of the students because they couldn't cover up the time. The fact is that, like, they can speak in English, but at the same time, they feel really difficult in, like covering up this 2 minutes time. So remaining inside this specific topic and speaking for, let's say, 2 minutes is itself a bit difficult job. Because it's not like you are talking about all the topics. It's all about the same topic you get and, being inside in the same topic and exploring the ideas and talking for 2 minutes, it's somehow, you need a lot of practice, okay? It's somehow a kind of, it takes time, all right? So that's why if you do not have the, let's say, habit of speaking for 2 minutes, you just go on practicing. But in today's session, particularly, I wanted to give some of the most important tips and tricks for topic card round session. Firstly, you get the question, and you just begin your answer. So do not give the definition of the answer in the topic card round session. When you speak, just go on answering what you know, what you feel comfortable yourself. You can use the word like well. For example, you get the topic related to, let's say, the place that you love to visit, okay? So you can begin your answer, well, talking about the place that I really love to visit. So these are the common phrases that you can use. So meanwhile, like when you speak, you have some blank, or let's say you have some pauses. You can kill those pauses by using the words like, well, let's say, okay, you know that, all right? So, and even you say like, okay, so that in order to, like generate the ideas in your mind, in order to, like take some time, you can use some phrases like, okay, all right, so well. So these are some of the common phrases in English so that you can carry over some ideas and just go on speaking. Yeah, there are some pauses in the topic card round session, particularly the student used to make. Like when you make the pauses, remember that you have two types of pauses. One is good pauses, the next one is, let's say, the bad pauses. And the good pauses are those pauses where you make small pauses, like you say, you talk about the dream, like you say, you are talking about the dream. For instance, you get the topic like dream, and you go on talking about like, well, talking about the dream, and this way you can begin your statement. But you make a long pauses that really seems pretty much ominous for the students, like that eventually lead you to get the less score in the topic card round session. So that means you just keep one points, go on elaborating, put second points, use some cohesion, okay, linking between the ideas, and all those, try to make a story, okay, try to make a story, try to make one sort of, let's say, a sort of, let's say, a drama, or even it could be like, you present some ideas in a similar manner. For example, like you got the topic. Some of the students used to say me like, sir, like they are +2 graduate student, and they used to ask me, sir, I got the topic related to the job experience. Like these students, they didn't do any job previously before. So how do they need to respond? Okay. So that means when you answer the topic card round session, so it should not be like it really happened in your life, okay? Take the answer and just pretend as if it happens naturally, okay? And just make a story and go on speaking. So this is how you can just do well in the topic card round session. You use the word like, frequently use the word transitionals word like however, likewise, similarly, okay? You can use some contradictory word like unlike, okay? So whereas, on the other hand, all right? So nevertheless. So these are the words you can play with in order to make your sentence more, like interesting. So in order to present some contradictory ideas, you can use these words so that it looks pretty much, like good. Or even the examiner found that the student, like has the ability to deal the things in English. Okay. So using the contradictory word and explaining the ideas is really a bit, like difficult one. So you do that, you will of course get the score. You don't have to worry for that. Now, as you finish this topic card round session, like you don't, the thing is that like the point to be noted, when you do the topic card round session, don't talk about, like don't worry about the time, okay? Because the examiner will stop you, just go on speaking, right? So this is how you can do the topic card round session. Now, coming to the discussion round session. So the discussion round session, like you get all together 4 to 5 minutes in the discussion round session. So look here, the discussion round session, usually in the discussion round session, you get abstract questions, more abstract questions, and the questions were revolving around the earlier topics. And it's all about the opinion-based answer, not the sections of the community's opinion. So when you deal with the discussion round session, you deal with like, you have to present your personal opinion. So always begin the phrase like, I think that, or let's say, in my opinion, as far as I know, okay? So you are allowed to present your answer in your own way, right? There is no like yes or no answer. For example, you talk about Kathmandu city, or let's say you talk about your hometown, and suppose your hometown is Kathmandu city. You might get the questions like, what do you think about the future of Kathmandu? So you might say like yes or no also. The future of Kathmandu will be obviously very much good in the days to come, because like there are so many things that people really feel comfortable in living Kathmandu. And in the future also, like the government is planning to make, like the various, ring roads and so on. So I believe that Kathmandu is really a very good place for the people to live in. So far, you don't want to talk about the positive aspects. You can also talk about some of the negative, like drawbacks particularly, right? So you might say like, well, sir, I believe that the future of Kathmandu is not that much good in the days to come, because, as we see that Kathmandu is getting so much crowded nowadays, okay? Like we face really difficult, and when you go outside also in the peak hour, you see the traffic is unlimitedly horrible. So there are so many things that people are facing nowadays. So when you answer the questions in the discussion round session, don't talk about the others' opinion, okay? Don't talk about your the general opinion. Talk about your personal opinion, which is very important. Use the phrases like, I think that. Okay, that's an interesting question, and particularly regarding these questions, my opinion is this, okay? So this is how you can do well in the discussion round session, all right? But be careful. Usually the discussion round questions used to be pretty much abstract. It used to be pretty much intellectual one. And, the more abstract questions, the more difficult questions used to come. So it's not only your speaking helps you out here. Rather, you need to give the logical reasoning, okay? You need to present the logical ideas to let's say, trash out the, to present your answers in a very good way, right? So this is how you can do well in the speaking test. Thank you very much.